charge of your mental health. Just go to Dianetics.org/seminar.
We are tracking some record heat across the region. The record has been standing for almost 150 years in downtown LA. We'll take you through the heat coming up.
And we're checking in on those gas prices as they continue to rise. How a new proposed state's gas tax is raising questions about why California pay more for fuel. Plus, new bombshell allegations against the labor activist Cesar Chavez, your alleged from former union work, how the Cesar Chavez organization is responding.
The NBC4 News at 3 starts with breaking news.
Boy, oh boy, we begin at 3 with the final days of winter breaking heat records. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. I certainly hope you're staying cool out there. Let's go outside. Here's a live look from Mount Wilson. There you see it. No matter where you were today, chances are it was well above the average for the middle of March. Our meteorologist David Bigger is here with a look at your forecast.
Annabelle, meteorologist once again, I've been going through an entire list of records today, and we're essentially running out of graphic space here to list some of these records. But here's what we've seen so far. Keep in mind, these are all subject to change. We're waiting for the official records to come in around 5 o'clock this afternoon. But LA has been up to 99 degrees today, breaking the record from 1940 to 94 degrees. But got a little star there, and that's because if this record holds up, this hottest March day since 1879. So pretty impressive record for downtown LA. Camera got 86 today. That breaks the record of 86. LAX and Oxnard Airport both got into the 90s for today, and that broke some of the old records. So you can see some of the areas that we have across the region, including Woodland Hills, which got to 100 degrees today, breaking the old record of 93 degrees from 2004. Long Beach got nearly 100 degrees at 98. Heat alerts remain in effect through Friday, so it doesn't matter what color it is for your neighborhood. The risk is still the same. Moderate to high risk of heat-related illnesses across the region, especially for children and the elderly. And we do have some warm overnight temperatures as well. I'll tell you how long this heat's going to stay around coming up in just a couple of minutes. Back to you, Annabelle.
All right, we'll stay tuned for it. Thanks, David. Well, the former CHP officer and driver accused of causing a deadly crash that killed 4 people made their first court appearance today. Former officer Angela Rodriguez and Iris Salmarone are charged with murder for hitting and killing 4 friends driving on the 605 freeway in Norwalk last July. Prosecutors say Rodriguez driving 130 miles per hour with lights or sirens when he slammed into a car full of fence. Then the car was hit again. This time by Salmarone. Prosecutors say she was traveling more than 110 miles an hour and is suspected of being drunk at the time. They're due back in court April 27th. Attorneys will argue for their bail of $8 million to be lowered. Here we are taking a look at prices today across Southern California. In LA County, the average price for a gallon of regular is $5.63. In Orange County, it's $5.60 and $5.51 in Riverside. Of course, those prices are much higher than the rest of the country. I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you've been talking to family members somewhere else, in part because of the California gas tax. Now some lawmakers and candidates for governor are trying to change that. NBC4's Conan Nolan is in the newsroom to explain. Conan, you know, I heard this proposal this morning and thought, wow, this would be so helpful right now. But could we see an impact? And what are the chances this actually goes through?
A, you would see an impact. B, the chances are not very likely. The California legislature, Democrats dominated. They're unlikely to change the rules when it comes to the gasoline tax. In the past, they've offered a refund for low-income Californians, but the tax itself stays in place. It didn't take long for the surge at the pump to become an issue in the campaign for governor.
Calling on our state leaders to temporarily suspend gas tax and provide relief to the most.
Democratic gubernatorial candidate Matt Mahan of San Jose and fellow candidate Antonio Villaraigosa, the former mayor of Los Angeles, calling on the California legislature to cut gas prices by, for the time being at least, eliminating the state excise tax.
We have the highest gas prices in the United States of America. And with this decision to go to war in Iran, gas prices are going up.
Economist Severin Borenstein of the Energy Institute at the Haas Business School says gas sold in California is normally at least $1.50 more expensive than the rest of the nation.
About $1 of that is due to the higher taxes we have, the environmental fees we have, and the fact that we use a cleaner burning gasoline, which has helped clean up air quality quite a bit in California.
Due to the disruption of oil markets as a result of war with Iran, the average price in the state as of today is an eye-popping $5.52 per gallon. Of that, approximately 61 cents is the state excise gas tax, which is used for road repair and Caltrans projects. Most of the legislature opposed gas tax and see it as robbing the state of needed revenue. In a statement, Governor Gavin Newsom's office referred to gas taxes as fixed costs that do not fluctuate with the market and have nothing to do with the price spikes that Americans are experiencing. But with no end in sight for the war and continued crisis in the world's most consequential oil transit chokehold, the Strait of Hormuz, pressure for the state to do something may only increase.
13 gallons, $80.
Californians can afford it.
Deplete the inventories now. It's possible that prices could spike quite a bit higher.
Other candidates for governor also calling for suspension of the gas tax. Chad Bianco, the Riverside sheriff, and Steve Hilton, the former Fox News host. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.
Let's continue talking about these gas prices. In News for Your Money, we're continuing our series, Fill Up for Less, as we look to help you save money at the pump. Remember, you can scan that QR code on your screen to tell us how you've been saving on gas, and then, of course, report prices in your neighborhood. So today, our series takes us to Van Nuys, where a gas station owner is offering a free drink for people filling up.
The customers are very happy because now his gas price is very high. We are getting a lot of customers, the new customers coming, some different places. In the whole valley, we are the cheapest price.
Because typically it is the lowest one in the area. There is another one that I go to, like in Burbank area, that's a little bit cheaper, but yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to tell you where that gas station is, plus more tips on how to save wherever you stop to fill up across Southern California. Our Camila Rambaldi has that full report coming up on the NBC4 News at 4. You certainly don't want to miss that. Meantime, Iran is asking to move its World Cup matches from the U.S. to Mexico just months before the World Cup matches are set to begin. Iran was set to play a number of matches, including one at SoFi this summer. But just last week, Iran's sports minister called for his team's matches to be canceled completely. Then today, Iran's embassy in Mexico said the country is now negotiating with FIFA to move the matches to Mexico after President Donald Trump discouraged the team from attending the tournament because of safety concerns. FIFA did respond, saying it is working with all participating teams to keep the original schedule in place. Meanwhile, U.S. and Israeli strikes continue to pound Iran. The United States Central Command released these videos showing what it said were strong military targets. The war is now in its third week. President Trump's decision to strike Iran is coming under more intense scrutiny. One of his longtime supporters stepped down from the administration's intelligence team. Julie Sorkin explains why.
The reasoning behind the United States war with Iran appears to be shifting. And President Trump in the Oval Office today saying the strikes more than a week ago were necessary to keep Americans safe.
Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it.
But the now former chief tasked with counterterrorism disputes that. In a social media post announcing his resignation, Pence says Iran posed, quote, no imminent threat to our nation, and claims the president was drawn into war by Israel. Trump says he's glad Kent is leaving his administration.
When somebody is working with us that says they didn't think Iran was a threat, we don't want those people.
But Britain's national security advisor is backing up Kent's claims, telling The Guardian Tehran made a, quote, surprising offer in the final of nuclear talks that he believed would have prevented the war. Trump says the U.S. doesn't need the help of the U.K. or any other NATO allies.
They don't want to help us, which is amazing. I mean, amazing. And I didn't do a full court press because I think if I did, they probably would be. But we don't need help.
The new questions surrounding the start of the war come as Trump has reportedly avoided negotiating an end to the fighting. 6 people with knowledge of the plans tell NBC News President Trump is presented regularly with options to end the war, but so far he hasn't acted. Democrats say the Trump administration is bracing for an open-ended conflict.
It seems like they're always a few hours away from hanging the next mission accomplished sign around here, and we continue to suffer, and now we're going to be stuck with the bill.
As the war continues with no clear end in sight, Israel is vowing to continue to target top Iranian regime leaders, announcing that a strike overnight killed Iran's top security official Ali Larijani and the head of a key militia. In Washington, Julie Sirkin, NBC News.
Cesar Chavez Day events are being canceled this year after new allegations against the late labor activist. United Farmers has been made aware of deeply troubling allegations accusing Chavez of inappropriate behavior with young women and girls while he served as a union's president. The union said it did not receive any direct reports, but that the allegations were serious enough to take action. Chavez became one of the most influential figures in the modern farm worker movement in the 1960s. He died in 1993. The Cesar Chavez Foundation